Even though preparing a PSYOP lesson is a critical element for teaching English learners and promoting their academic achievement, the lesson delivery component of the PSYOP model reminds teachers that they must also implement their lesson plan effectively and meet their language and content objectives.
Here's your warm-up.
Today's lesson began, as most of my lessons do, with a warm-up, which is an activity designed to settle the students, but also to get them thinking about some aspect of the lesson that they can relate to personally. After the warm-up, we then turn to the board and we focus on the objectives. This is our ritual. I have a student read the objectives, and we then discuss content versus language objectives.
Today in U.S. history, we will read and discuss issues about the atomic bomb in small groups. Agree on a position and orally defend your position.
We did a quick little background and then gave them a visual for the first discussion question for the response groups. Then I moved into the process of the response groups. I reminded them how it was going to work by showing them the writing tools that they would have, the readings and the writing tools. After passing those out, the students began their discussion. Their task was to read the adapted text, discuss it.
I think A, publicly reject the development of atomic bombs
and come to an agreement on the position they would take. After the students agreed on their position, their task was to write down reasons supporting that decision.
After Ms. Formoso's students worked in response groups, they presented their ideas to the class.
We think that President Roosevelt should immediately begin an emergency effort to construct an atomic bomb because the U.S. is in a race against the Germans.
And commented on other groups' responses.
We respect your decision, but we agree with Mrs. Sylvia and Mrs. Claudia that we should make the bomb because...
Thus meeting the language and content goals.